What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with our guy, J Sai Deepak. Welcome to watch him why Hindus in India behave like a minority. And this is just a short clip from a longer interview. If y'all would like me to watch the full interview, y'all don't have to run it. This video's gotta hit 1,000 views. And I'll check out the full interview. It's like 29 minutes, but I'll watch every minute of it. It gotta hit 1,000. We're gonna jump into this one. If you guys happen to enjoy and would like to support the channel further, all you gotta do is hit that join button and become a member. What we got?
There is a fear that is propounded by people following one political party or school of thought,
Right.
where they predominantly will say that, look what happened in Kashmir.
Right.
This may happen to you tomorrow.
Right.
If the minority indeed becomes a majority or even close to, and this is openly in political statements.
Right.
Because there are politicians who are saying that you should produce more kids,
Right.
because if you don't, then there might be a set. So,
Right.
see, because we may laugh at it in studios,
Right.
but it affects the psyche of a large mass of this country,
Right.
who don't even probably watch as much English television.
Right, right.
How would you look at all of this?
The reason why I had to instinctively laugh at it is because I think whoever makes these statements is not entirely wrong, but I wish they knew how to articulate it better.
Okay.
Because there is enough literature to support what they say. So there is a fantastic book, and which has become one of the foremost books for anyone who wants to protect, let's say, the indigenous identity of any culture.
Right.
It's called the Cultural Defense of Nations, written by a scholar by the name Leah Vorgad.
Defense of nations.
The cultural defense of nations.
Cultural defense of
And he identifies that there are four kinds of majorities in any country.
Okay.
Okay.
Particularly, he speaks of America, he speaks of the Israeli experience, and he speaks of Europe. Okay.
Okay.
So there are those people who are majority in numbers, but who behave like minorities because of history. So, for instance, if you look at the South African experience, the blacks in South Africa are certainly in the majority, but because of the history of repression that they suffered at the hands of the whites and the apartheid state, obviously they're bound to behave like a minority.
Right.
Okay? So that particular experience or that particular example is not unique only to India, but it is equally applicable across the world.
Okay.
Okay? So so what was the number of the British people when they left this country? It was barely 1 million.
Yes, that's
okay. And at that stage, we were close to 40 crores.
Yes.
Right? So where is the comparison between 1 million people who dominated over the rest of the 40 crores?
Yes.
Okay. So clearly, numbers alone don't speak volumes. Because you may be a numerical majority, but in your mind space, if you think like a minority, because you have either not been united, or because the state has abandoned you, or because your faith is not an organized faith, and the faiths that you deal with are organized faiths, then obviously it has a bearing on demographics, on culture, on social presence.
Now, when we come to the sea,
That was huge. I couldn't even stop it. That was so big. Like the thought of that, yes. When you take history into account, I feel like history is so important. But yes, right? When you've been ruled over or you've been a slave to another group of people or for whatever reason, right? You have way more numbers than them. You know what? It makes no sense why you act like a minority. But people aren't looking at the history, right? It's been beaten into your great grandparents, to your grandparents, to your grandparents, to your parents, and that mindset is continuously getting passed down. It's continuously getting passed down, and so even though like you're the majority, easily the majority, you got that minority mindset. That was powerful. So you have to fix what's in here. You have to fix what's in here in order for you to understand, like, hey, this is a field that I shouldn't have. I am the majority. But because history said numbers don't mean anything, history has told you that numbers don't mean anything, right? Because you had way more people than the British. They only had 1 million compared to 40 crore, right? The South Africans had way more black people than white people, but because of history, they've been subject to the minority. They've been subject to the white people in South Africa, and so they have that minority mindset, and that J Sai Deepak explains that so perfectly. And I kind of want to listen to more of that interview, so I need y'all. I need y'all to run this to 1,000 views because I want to hear the rest of what he had to say. Because I feel like so much of us have a minority mindset. Get out of it. Get out of that mindset. I don't care if you are the minority. Get out of it. Get out of that mindset. That's all we got. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you took from that. I want to hear what y'all got to say, because y'all might be able to word it better than I did, to where I can even understand it better than what I'm saying. But I hope that y'all enjoyed, and please don't forget to subscribe.